There we are. Let's see what's going on down here. Yeah, down here. Up there, down here. There we are down there. Well, here we go, and we are live on 3 channels. Woohoo! Late one night by the pale moonlight, all the vegetables had a spree. Well, they put out a sign, there's a dance tonight, and all the admission is free. There were the peas and greens, the cabbage and beans, it was the biggest crowd you ever seen. And when Mr. Cucumber struck up his number, you should have heard the vegetable scream. Woo! Well, the little turnip top did a backwards flop, and the carrot done the shimmy, she could not stop. The little red beet just shook his feet, and the watermelon danced with the black-eyed peas, and the little tomato agitator shook the shimmy with the sweet potato, and old man Golly dropped dead with the colic down at the barnyard dance this morning, down at the barnyard dance. Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be. I'm Deb Seymour, and this is Brunch with Deb. We are live streaming from the Airstream, pun intended, down here at my cousin's vineyard in Northern California. The riveted edition that will keep you riveted for the next half hour. Oh, I'm just so clever. Oh, my puns are terrible. Well, the Indian corn had a red dress on, and the Chinese cabbage tried to kick the gong. And you should have seen that mean green bean when the chili pepper punched out the mustard green. And little tomato agitator still shaking the shimmy with a sweet potato. Old man Garlic dropped dead with a colic down at the barnyard dance this morning. Down at the barnyard dance this morning. Down at the barnyard dance. Oh, that was Barnyard Dance. Was written in the 30s by Martin Bogan and Armstrong, but a lot of you know it from the late, great Steve Goodman. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Andy Glover. Hello, Steve. Hello, Beth. Long time no see. And hello, Ron. We're so glad to have you here on Brunch with Deb this Thanksgiving weekend. As I said, live streaming from the Airstream at the cousin's property, where my husband Jason and I have been camped for the past few days doing Thanksgiving with that branch of my family. So, my set list is all over the place today as usual, but I know I always sing this song when I'm down here at the vineyard, but I gotta sing it again. Because if you're around grapes, if you're around wine grapes, it's time to sing about wine. I drank so much wine last night, you know my tonsils are starting to float. I swear someone must have held my nose and poured that stuff down my throat. Maybe it's the lack of sleep that makes me feel just like I'm dying. Or maybe it was eating too much Thanksgiving turkey, but I think it was the wine. Been a pacifist, you know I've run from a fight. Well, how come I ain't never hit anybody by a 2x4? Well, I sure did last night. Maybe my ascendant wasn't quite aligned with my right sign. Something like that in that astrology. Maybe the moon was full, actually it almost is. But I think it was the wine. Everybody dance. careful about where I bedded down. So how come last night I thought I scored me a handsome devil, but woke up with a circus clown? Oh, maybe it was love, sweet love, that made me be so gosh darn blind. Oh yeah, love is blind, ain't it? Or maybe it was just that old lady lust, but I think it was the wine. Now my daddy, he says beer's alright, but that dirty wine ain't no good. It makes you do all the things you shouldn't and forget the things you should. Well, last night I forgot my coat, I forgot my car, I forgot to get home on time. Well, kind of, I'm in this Airstream, why should I go home? My old man thinks there's another man involved, but I think it was the wine. I think it was the wine by the Siegel Schwal Band back in the 70s. Hey, Megan Clevin, I am so glad to see you. Megan's actually been here at this funeral. She knows exactly where I'm live streaming. So hello, Peter and Steve, all the way over in the UK. And thank you, Kathy. So far we got Western Washington. We've got Minnesota, or we've got Minnesota here, we've got Seattle on here, we've got Colorado, and Andy, I'm not sure where you're from, so let me know, and we've got Beth in Colorado. So here we are, all zooming into the family vineyard in Northern California. Okay. Well, I had a request during the week. That was from Kathy Meyerson, and we're going to see if I can do this song that was written by George David Weiss, George Douglas, released in 1968. But it is a song of gratitude, made famous by Louis Armstrong. So by request from Kathy Meyerson, let's give this a whirl. Auburn, Washington! Hey, Auburn! Nice! Beth has Airstream envy. Yeah, this is, we have a few on the property here. That's where we put our guests. Oh, okay. Blah, 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 blah. I see leaves of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day and the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of the people going by. I see friends shaking hands, say, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, a Wonderful World for Kathy Meyerson. Made famous by Lou Armstrong. And hi, Howlin' Habit. Oh, you're feeling very verklempt, Hobbit. Yeah, it's a good song. It's a good song. And of course, no one could do it better than Louis Armstrong. I'm just a pale... that was a bad pun. I'm not as strong as he is. Oh, God. Anyway. Hi, Barbara. Barbara's come tuning in from Israel. How are you? Hope things are you're managing with all the crazy stuff going on over there. Thanks for tuning in. It's lovely to have you here. It's lovely to have everybody here. Okay. There's another cover. And let's go back to another silly. Let's see. Well, we've got cats and chickens and dogs running around here. So what would we do without dogs? Man's canine companion, his best friend. They love you, all love you. And when your world goes wrong, they'll never ever leave you, not day nor all night long. Now, Poochie's all for petting and to keep your feet warm at night, to bark at bungling burglars to wake you up at morning's light. But there's one more thing that we forget that faithful Fidos do. They'll bear the brunt of any stunt, even those they did not do. Blame it on the dog, blame it on the dog, but you're the one that was the culprit all along. He will answer to his name and won't contest your claim. Go ahead, blame it on the dog. The papers, do you know, the one you meant to write, but you had better things to do like party half the night. So when it's time to turn it in, you simply smile and say, I'm sorry, teacher, it's out of reach. My dog ate my thumb drive yesterday. And I've been up all night and taking flight in deep debauchery. Those loving oohs and ahs that kept you up till way past 3. You stumble into work 3 hours late, but yet I'm sorry I'm late, boss, but my dog got sick. I was all night with the bad. Blame it on the dog, blame it on the dog, but you're the one that was the culprit all along. He will answer to his name and won't contest your claim. Go ahead, blame it on the dog. You had to eat that plate of beans and wash it down with beer. You ate with no restraint and no regard for who was near. And when at last it comes to pass in one great greasy fog, well, it's true, you all know what to do. You blame it on the dog. And I'm going to blame Calvin, the Springer Spaniel, who's out there right now. Blame it on the dog, blame it on the dog, that you're the one that was the culprit all along. He will answer to his name and won't contest your claim. Go ahead, blame it on the dog. Everybody, oh, blame it on the dog, blame it on the dog, that you're the one that was the culprit all along. He will answer to his name and won't contest your claim. Go ahead, blame it on the dog. That's right. Blame all your problems on the dog. Don't try to solve them. Blame all your problems on the dog. Best to involve him. Blame all your problems on the... Come here. Blame it on the dog, a Deb Seymour original. Hey, want to welcome Mitch Thomas to the Brunch Room and Bill P. Nice of you guys to join us. It's me and the Motley Crew. We're here every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific. I'm usually at home in my studio, but when I travel, I stream from wherever I am. And today, streaming from the airstream should be a song. Oh, yeah. Be a lot of Thanksgiving. What are you grateful for? Put some things in the chat. I'm just grateful I get to have a music career, this third career in my almost 60s. I never thought I'd be able to do music full time again, but things happened in the last couple of years, and I'm able to be out there tootling around the country and playing for you. And excited about my album coming up, a new one in the spring. And let's do the title track from that. I think I did that last week too, but hey. It's always the G string. Oh no, it's the B string. Woo, that's sour. ta-ta-ta. I am so glad, Megan, you're going to eat that last piece of pie. Megan Cleveland says she's going to eat the last piece of pie. You can blame it on the dog. This song is about getting unstuck. Some days the road is easy, all you need are walking shoes. Other days you negotiate in your heels and business suit. Other days are breezy, only bare toes will do. But when your heart gets broke, you gotta wear boots. You gotta wear boots, time to saddle up your courage. Boots, feet down in the stirrups. Boots to drive the heartache out of town. Boots, wrangle up all your sorrows. Boots, ride on past tomorrow. Sometimes you gotta wear boots. Some days you're jumping round in your Converse with good news. Other days so sad that only slippers see you through. Other days you go out waltzing in your highbrow dancing shoes. But when your heart gets broke, you're gonna get boot. You're gonna buy boots, time to saddle up your courage. Boots, feet down in the stirrups. Boots to drive the heartache out of town. Boots, wrangle up all your sorrows. Boots, ride on past tomorrow. Sometimes you gotta wear boots. Walk out of the door with the right footwear. You gotta wear boots, time to saddle up your courage. Boots, feet down in the stirrups. Boots to drive the heartache out of town. Boots, wrangle up all your sorrows. Boots, ride on past tomorrow. Sometimes you gotta wear boots. You gotta wear boots, time to saddle up your courage. Boots, feet down in the stirrups. Boots to drive the heartache out of town. Boots, wrangle up all your sorrows. Boots, ride on past tomorrow. Sometimes you gotta wear boots. Gotta wear damn boots. Gotta wear your boots. There it is. Gotta wear boots. Boots, 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 boots. That's the title track of the album that should be out, I hope, in April. We're pushing there. That's our thing. Oh, good. Look, all of you are telling me what you're grateful for. I'd love to share some of these if that's okay. Helen Hobbit says that he and his girlfriend Lucy are always broke, but I'm never as poor as long as Lucy loves me, and that's what I'm thankful for. Well, tell Lucy hello from me. It's been for like a minute, a long time since I've seen her, and I hope you guys are hanging in there. Kathy Meyerson says she's grateful for Brunch with Deb. There's no one like you. I look forward to, and I play your CDs at home. Well, thank you. I'm glad to hear you're playing the CDs. I have lots more if anyone's interested in purchasing one. DebSeymourMusic.com. And Bill P. says is grateful to have good health at age 67 and working and loving, have good friends, make it worthwhile, and a good music. Thank you, Bill P. So glad. Jack Plum, welcome to the Brunch Room. Jack's tuning in from Illinois. And we've got Harry Geist tuning in from New Jersey, the Growler Virtual Open Mic. And I hope, Harry, you noticed I signed up for next Monday. Finally can do it. Anyway, did I miss anybody here? Oh, Ron Martinez, of course. Ron is grateful for grumpiness, he says, and what he's referring to is the Grumpy D's open mic group that we're a part of. D is not for Deb, that stood for Dan, that was the owner of the cafe. It was a live open mic that went virtual during the pandemic, and unfortunately the cafe itself closed, but all of us are still open micing and getting together in other places. And Ron, I'm grateful to know you through the Grumpy D's open mic circles. All right, I gotta play something here. Ah, la li la 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 la. I love everything. I love everything. I know what I'm going to play. I'm going to play this for Barbara Levine, because I know she likes this song. Mama wears a hard hat, Mama wears work boots, drives a forklift and uses big tools. She's got a big voice, she can talk tough to all the big boys, oh they listen up. She don't dress up in diamonds and pearls, but Mama is the queen of the working girls. Mama never was one to take any flack, even when they said women don't work like that. Oh, Mama got the training, Mama's on the job. Mama is the one everyone counts on. She can build a building, build a bridge, she can build a roadway, she'll win the bid. And if you need a buddy to get you through a jam, well you can bet your money, Mama, she's your man. Oh, Mama wears a hard hat, Mama wears work boots, drives a forklift and uses big tools. She's got a big voice, she can talk tough to all the big boys, oh they listen up. She don't dress up in diamonds and pearls, my Mama is the queen of the working girls. Whistle blows and the sun comes up, well she's out on the job site getting things done. Tote that load, lift that bale, driving steel and pounding nails. Sweat is pouring off her brow, but she's flying high over broken grounds. Pretty is as pretty does pretty work, heck yes she does. Her air all hang down. Mama loves her friends and Mama loves her kids, and Mama loves her band like ain't nobody's business. Mama wears a hard hat, Mama wears a hard hat, Mama wears a hard hat, Mama wears a hard hat. Look out. Whoops. Mama wears a hard hat, a little song I wrote when I was working in a hard hat job years ago. And Barbara Levine says, 50 years with my hard hat on the railroad. Yep, I'm glad you like that. Hi, Brian Music. Greetings from the Hi Debs to the UK. Is that Brian Miller? Yeah. Nice to see you if you are who you think you are, and it's nice to see you if you're not. Oh yeah, hi, yay, Brian, you're on Twitch. I'm broadcasting to Twitch these days again, as well on Sundays. And Brian, nice to see you. I miss all you guys. I need to pop by one of the very early morning for me open mics for Orpington Liberal Club on Wednesdays. But I know a bunch of great folks from the Orpington Liberal Club open mics that happened virtually during the pandemic. Brian and John Edwards and Paul Green and Jell and all those gang, everybody, the whole gang. Let's see. This is a sad song about food, but I think I'll throw it in here anyway. It's one of mine. It's when I was ghosted once on a date where I cooked this beautiful dinner and the doofus didn't show up. I'm glad you're all still there. I know, I see you guys all on Facebook. One sad song, just because. It does involve food. And as you UK friends know, we have a lot of food at our Thanksgiving holiday. Table is set, the candles are lit, sauce in the pot, but there's something I missed, 'cause though I made a meal for two, somehow it's all come undone. I'm sitting down to a dinner for one. I don't know how it happened, how it came to all this. You know, I planned a feast of passion. Now I dine on remiss, and all that's left's a plate of lonely with a dream underdone as I sit here at this dinner for one. It started with attraction, I added a kiss, stirred in expectation to heighten the mix. One misunderstanding turned the whole batch to doubt. No wonder this recipe didn't work out. So I drink my cup of sorrow and spit out my plan. It's hard to chew the pieces of a chance gone bad, and the flavor of regret will linger long on my tongue as I sit here at this dinner for one. Dinner for one. Dinner for one. And actually, I'm thankful that guy didn't work out, because if he can't appreciate a good dinner, well, to heck with him. Well, thanks, Brian. Brian Miller from UK. That I'm getting good sound too. Yeah, I'm using this little it's called a Fifine. It was something I got off Amazon. It wasn't too expensive, but it sounds pretty good. It's better than the just the onboard travel laptop. And as you figured out, I'm not at home. For those of you joining late, I'm at the family vineyard in Northern California. Belonged to my great-grandfather, and I'm very grateful that my cousins have the wherewithal and the energy to keep this place up. It's a great gathering place, and I'm lucky to be able to hang out here and broadcast to you. And we have, a main farmhouse and some guest cabins, and we also have a bunch of travel trailers, as you call them in the UK, caravans, parked on the property to house people who are coming through. Yeah, his law, says Megan Clevin. Yeah. God. Megan, I would love to hear you sing on that, and Brian Miller for you to play on that someday. Anyway, yeah, it is a nice location. It's not a huge grape farm or vineyard. It's an interesting place because for most of its life it was a safflower, corn, and alfalfa farm. But the family finally we've put in the grapes in 2011, and the grapes have been doing very well. Matter of fact, all the farmers in this region in central northern California have been putting in grapes. It's like the market is good. All right. Tips are much appreciated. I'm also grateful for those who helps keep the subscription to my software running and my website going. Everything's down in the window. You can see paypal.me, Venmo, with the last 4 digits of my phone number, so you know it's me. And credit debit cards can be done at debseymourmusic.com. Appreciate all your generous donations. I really, 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 really do. There's also... I think I forgot to put clickable links in the description this week. My bad. There was a weird error getting out to YouTube today. I'm just so delighted somebody's coming in from Twitch. That's so cool, Brian. Anyway, all of you, love all of you so much. And even if you live in a place that doesn't celebrate a Thanksgiving holiday per se, there's always things to be thankful for. And I'm just thankful to be here right now, doing my thing. I think I'm going to end with another upbeat one of mine that I wrote when I was actually feeling kind of down, but I realized that what you think, if you allow your negative thoughts to take control of you, you're always going to be negative. But if you try and think some happy thoughts, you could say yes to a positive future. This is from my album Mama Wears a Hard Hat, and this is called Say Yes. And you'll know your part when it comes along. Also want to give a shout out to Heidi and Janet, who I know are lurking on YouTube. Janet in Israel and Heidi in the UK. You think the world is crashing 'cause you see nothing but ashes. Stop all this talk of doom. I want a change in attitude. I say, stand with me now. Lift up your voice, cause I know you know how to say yes. Yes, to a positive future. Say yes, that's your line, yes. This we can nurture. Say yes. It can be done if you reach around and tell everyone to say yes. You're welcome, Andy. Please come back. You think, but how can I do this when all I do feels so useless? Death, war, destruction, and poverty, it's dragging me down. I say, stop looking backwards, cause now it's forward that matters. Look to the rising sun and open your hearts to what can be done and say yes to a positive future. Say yes. This we can nurture. Say yes. It can be done if you reach around and tell everyone to say yes. Oh, the time it is now to make opportunity. Oh, and we know how to build community. Don't let them drag you down in negativity. Oh, the time it is now to say yes, yes to a positive future. Say yes. This we can nurture. Say yes. It can be done if you reach around and tell everyone to say yes to a positive future. Say yes. This we can nurture. Say yes. It can be done if you reach around and tell everyone to say yes to a positive future. This we can nurture. Tell everyone to reach around, reach out, say yes, yes to a positive future. Tell all your mothers, fathers, sisters, and brothers, the time it is now to say yes. Yes! Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I thought as it's a holiday weekend in the United States that I'd have like nobody. But I'm so glad to see all of you are here. And it really touches me every week and it amazes me that we can tune in and have people from Israel and the UK and Germany and the East Coast and Canada and West Coast and everyone all together here, even though it's virtual. It's just so cool. And you are all my beloved Deb heads and brunchlings. I have many Deb heads who don't come to brunch, so they're not brunchlings, but you guys are both. And I just think it's awesome. I will be back next Sunday at the same time, 11 a.m. West Coast, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1900 UK, 2100 Israel. I'll be back in the Blue Room studio at my house, the Deb's Den cave. And cool. Everyone have a great weekend, a great week. Be careful out there. Don't slip on ice or walk in front of a moving bus or put your hand on a hot stove. But the most important thing, and you know what I'm going to say, those of you who are regulars, remember to tell the people that you love them sooner rather than later, because we never know what the morrow will bring. I love you all. Have a great week. See you next Sunday. Cheers from Northern California today. This has been Brunch with Deb.